Deputy Vice-chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, by the authority vested in me as Pro-Chancellor of the University, I declare this graduation ceremony open.
Please take your seats. Pro-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduands, it's a great pleasure to welcome you to this wonderful ceremony where we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. May I begin by asking you to join me in thanking our wonderful student musicians. I am Professor Julie Hall, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, and I'm pleased that so many of you have been able to come, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony and the celebrations, which I know will go on afterwards with family and friends. It's only recently that we moved our ceremonies to the summer, hoping for light and sun to enhance the experience of your proud day. So we've got some sun today, and we're sure it will be a light illuminating a path of opportunity opened by your studies and thus providing a reason for optimism for us all in a time of growing uncertainty. I'm sure you'll find that your studies here have prepared you well and you have a deeper understanding of the world around you. I hope, as well as achieving your qualifications, that you've also had a great time and that in years to come, when you are a member of our global alumni community, you'll look back fondly at your time at Solent University. We hope you'll keep in touch and share with us your successes. At Open Days, we point out that graduates tend to earn more over a lifetime than non-graduates. But more importantly, they tend to be healthier, happier, and to live longer. Remembering those facts will surely reassure you that the effort and commitment you've invested in the last few years are well worth it. It also benefits the rest of us, though, because graduates are more tolerant, more likely to vote and to volunteer, and to provide a greater boost to economic growth and increase productivity. So, on behalf of all of us here, thank you, graduates, for your future contribution. Of course, this means that as graduates you have responsibilities, and these can feel quite daunting, but your education here has prepared you well. The personal characteristics that you have displayed to get you here today, energy, commitment, tenacity, and open mind, will serve you well for the future and will help you to recognise and seize the opportunities that exist. Now, it's not easy to advise you on how to be successful and happy in your lives. Career success and life happiness represent different things for different people. Certain titles such as chief executive, manager, entrepreneur, consultant are all signs of success and achievement. But other aspects such as family, friends, and interests outside of work also play a fundamental role in leading fulfilling lives. My advice, therefore, is, as much as possible, do what interests you. I also urge you to continue to evolve in your thinking and your views in life. Be strong in your beliefs, but do so with compassion, tolerance, and openness to others. I'm certain that the time you've spent at Solent University is a good foundation for such an approach. So, as today marks an important day in your lives, it also represents an important day for the university. Since this time last year, we've received research degree awarding powers and officially changed our name to Solent University. Our new 28 million indoor sports complex, which I hope you saw across the park, is making great progress. Our employability figures improved again, with professional and managerial employment increasing by another 7.4%. And we became 12th in the Economist League table for boosting graduate earnings. We again rose in all the national newspaper league tables, notably rising 22 places in the Guardian Good University Guide. All of this was capped off recently by being awarded silver in the Teaching Excellence and Student Outcomes Framework. The first students from our programs in Athens graduated this year, and our partnerships across the world continue to grow. We were one of only 6 universities in the country to be awarded the Social Enterprise Gold Mark. As our strategy says, we are the applied university for the city and the Solent region, with accelerating national and international influence. Thus, you can be reassured that your hard work, combined with an increasingly successful university, has prepared you well for your future. Today, we are celebrating the awards of students from the School of Sport, Health and Social Sciences. This provision continues to grow, and we are proud to have received accreditation with professional bodies confirming quality and standing. This includes recently being identified as a higher education partner to work alongside the Chartered Institute for the Management of Sport and Physical Activity. During this academic year, 336 students across the sports degree programmes completed a national governing body qualification, in addition to their academic studies. In line with Solent's mission, the school continues to be committed to social justice and supporting the local and regional community. Some examples of how we engage in this agenda include more than 300 students working on a range of grassroots football projects delivered across the county. The UEFA award-winning football leadership programme continues to go from strength to strength in partnership with Hampshire FA, and we've been nominated for the UEFA Grassroots Project of the Year 2018. Also, through the Coaching Innovation Programme, students have worked with a range of key partners using sport and physical activity to engage communities, improve lives and address social issues. Projects undertaken tackled a variety of social issues such as school transition, educational attainment, sport participation and many more. Once again, Solent graduates are leading the way in securing high-profile employment across a range of professions. This is achieved by immersing students in real-world learning, including life assessment projects, guest speakers, placements, and experiential learning opportunities. The England Rugby Mentorship Programme continues its great work, with students recruited onto 3-year mentored internships which run alongside their degree. They support the local rugby clubs and schools, as well as the students' individual development. The 10 students on the 17-18 programme are having an impact on over 1,000 participants in the sport, and graduates have gone on to work for England Rugby. So far this year, there have been 39 primary school games competitions and 4,918 children taking part from 37 different schools across Southampton, and 14 secondary school competitions with 1,197 students taking part from 15 different schools across the city. Within these competitions, 34 students have volunteered a number of times and have added great value to children's lives across the city, whilst also building their own skills and experience. It's been another hugely successful year for the university's football studies programme, with graduates securing employment with Southampton FC, AFC Bournemouth, Liverpool FC, Chelsea FC, Cardiff City FC, Sheffield Wednesday, Birmingham City, Norwich City, Leyton Orient, Barnsley, Watford, Fulham, MK Dons, Millwall and Bristol, among a range of clubs and organisations. Research-informed teaching has continued to be central to our student experience, and staff enjoy working collaboratively with some of students' exceptional graduates on research. Topics include resistance exercise, low back pain, as well as equity and diversity. Students establish their own football-based debating society to promote the exchange of ideas and analysis, which we hope will continue to grow. So, there are only a few examples of how the school is developing and supporting our students. As we grow our postgraduate range of awards and diversify our programmes, we hope that you continue to stay in touch and come to us to progress your careers. Now, few things in life of genuine value are easy, and consequently success in higher education is far from easy. A university education is not given. It requires and demands dedication, intellectual endeavour, and hard work from you, the students. The nature of university education and the requirement to be independent learners means that you only get out of it what you put in. As a consequence, I'm sure that many of you here sharing this day with our graduates will have been called upon to provide a helping hand in their journey. And on behalf of the students, I'd like to thank you for supporting them. I know that you will have learned a great deal in your time at Solent about your chosen field of study. You've been taught by dedicated lecturers, many of whom are international leaders in their field, and all of whom devote their professional lives to the teaching, learning and development of students. You've also been supported by many highly dedicated and professional people who, whilst they don't teach, have provided the service and infrastructure that have made your success at the university possible. I'd like to thank them too on your behalf. To the students who today become graduates of the university, I extend my warmest congratulations on your achievements. You will go on to contribute enormously in a wide range of occupations across the southern region, the UK, and often internationally. We take great pride in your achievements whilst you're here, but equally great pride in the ongoing achievements of our graduates. So, whatever you decide to do next, and wherever in the world you find yourselves, you are all our ambassadors. I hope at some stage you will return to this, your university. But for now, on behalf of everybody here at Solent, very well done, good luck for a happy and successful future. Thank you.
Pro-Chancellor, as Head of Sport and Outdoor Management within the School of Health and Social Sciences, I am pleased to present some of our successful students. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the Higher Education Certificate in Professional Sport Management and Administration, Football. Amanda Balcom. Oliver Delves. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Adventure and Extreme Sports Management. Rihanna Noggin. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Adventure and Outdoor Management. Louise Elizabeth Boyce. Gemma Louise Dengate. Charles Gambrill. Liam John Graham. Hayley Lucy Hawkins. Yasmin Levi Hislop. Andrew Kilburn. Marcus John Langmead. Charlotte Larkin. Jonathan Ian Andrew McCallum. James Michael Cameron Toogood. Thomas Turner. Solomon Adamole Aina. Pro-Chancellor, these are graduates from the degree of BA Hons Football Studies. Jack Terence John Atkins. Christopher Austin. James William Barker. Alexander Bartlett. Will Bedford. Luke Bennett. Matthew Billington. Adam Darrell Bosley. Christopher Kane. Miles Cassidy Rice. Jake Chamberlain. Isaac Samuel Clark. William Coombs. Alexander Cox. David Coyne. Amy Georgia Dunton Payne. Michael Duane. Connor Edwards. Cormac Hanrahan. Richard Yemias Dillon Havard. Matthew Allen Hindle. Alistair Jenkins. Kieran Jones. Michael Jones. Dees Kerrison. Nathan Kirby. This graduate has also been awarded the Elysium Prize. Jacob William Lockley. Martin Lichkowski.
Hey! Back!
George McKillop. This graduate has also been awarded the Elysium Prize. Arjun Mehra. Lucas Milgate. Jonas Reichstad Mungvold. Michael Musaba. Thomas Newman. Jacob Noonan. Toby O'Neill. This graduate has also been awarded the LMA Prize for Outstanding Achievement. Mohammed Yahya Patel. Matthew Peasy. Connor Penfold. Lewis Daniel Pitts. Christopher David Russell. Anthony Smith. Cameron James Smith. Grant Thomas Smith. Josh Smith. Taehong Song. Ethan Kai Spencer. Joshua James Stockdale. Ross Callum Tacey. Ji Huan Tan. Christopher Dominic Thorpe. Giorgio Tofaridis. Dimitar Hristov Totev. Keenan Walker. William Xavier Wallace. Connor Brian John Watts. Jamie Wise. Andrew Wirt. Connor Young. Kyle Alexander Young. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who've been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Football Studies and Business. Aya Anil Agrawal. Balui Archer. Jake Armstrong. Luke Curtis Ash. Thomas Berry. Jonathan Best. Antonio Gabriel Bruma. Fabrice Akilesh Burkhalter. Thomas Chittle. Louis Dankwa. Pedro Manuel del Castillo Canadas. Samuel Luke Edwards. Markel Ellis Brooks. Alex Exactactilios. Nathan Din Kariuki. Ashwin Lal. Stefanos Liamos. Oscar Maznica. Jesse McNiven. Siddharth Pandit. This graduate has also been awarded the Elysium Prize. Mikhail Pizzaballa. Ricardo Felipe Poleo Riceno. Ryan Pullin. James Root. Harvey Santos. Jamie Spottiswood. This graduate has also been awarded the LMA Prize for Outstanding Student Achievement, Yanis Theodorou. Jake Whittle. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who've been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sport Coaching and Development. Caitlin Ball. Ryan Michael Beaton. This graduate has also been awarded the SimSpa Prize for contribution to coaching and physical education, and the Saints Foundation Prize for continuous commitment to the work of the Foundation. Charlotte Louise Berry. Joseph Butcher. Callan Compton. Joshua Jeffrey Dolman. This graduate has also been awarded the SimSpa Prize for contribution to community sport development initiatives. Fraser Ford. Ryan Gent. Max Samuel Evelyn Goldie. Sam Gregg. Harry Humphreys. Zaul Islam. Michael Jones. Magdalena Keach. Robin Leslie. Tom Malaby. Connor James Malone. You're right. Laura Mason. This graduate has also been awarded the Public Health Isle of Wight Prize for enhancing partnerships through the SIP. Michael McColm. Jack Allen McLean. Harry Robert Meal. Chris Moore. Ryan Murray. Callum Joshua Neve. Konstantinos Papanastasiou. Daisy Pledger. Benedict Pugh. Mami Panagiotis Ravatamanga. James Relf. Vincenzo Russo. Phylactis Sampatis. Harry Stewart. Matthew William Reeve Stokes. Luke Griffin Sumter. Lee Thomas. Samuel John Tyler. Jack Walklet. Harvey Frederick Willis. Connor Wilshire. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who've been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sport and Physical Education. Owen Baker. Alex Bampton. Dominic Begonzi. Charlie Bilby. Lauren Boyd. Dylan Brillante. Joe Brockwell. Samuel Russell Burt. Emma Victoria Button. Lucy Bygrave. Ella Campbell. Stephanie Campbell. Ryan Dacres-Smith. Georgina Davis. Liberty De Monte. Tyler Jordan Darby. Luke Elkins. Wesley Gordon Fleming McBarnett. Joshua Gillard. Jordan Godfrey. Jordan Grover. Elliot Hall. Jack Peter Hillier. Jordan Hoyle. Tobias Michael Charles Hussey. Scott Jones. Emma Kallenbach. Ashley Kurz. Charlotte Q. Kieran Martin. Takunda Lucky Jr. Mavuro. Jamie O'Hara. Harry Packer. Orestis Papageorgiou. Joe Aaron Parker. Kieran Pemberthy.
Go, Kieran!
Daniel Perry. Wesley Regular. Joseph Byron Reynolds Marshall. Trey Richardson Crump. Oliver Charles Shepherd. Brodie Stevens Wood. Floyd Demetrius Swift. Jamie Vale. Warren Perry Vass. Joshua Vickers. Thomas Walsh. Daniel Wellstead. Holly Louise Wheeler. Bradley Willoughby. Bethany Wood. Mark Gordon Wright. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who've been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sports Studies. Thomas Aldridge. Jack Allen. Sami Bahari. Ross Bork. Ryan Ivan James Bruce. Connor James Ellis. Dominic Frost. Andrew Douglas Gardner. James Bradley Heap. Harvey Hicks. Callum Hunt. Marios Kusiapas. Matthew K. Lorimer Roberts. Glory Lacumbo. Siddharth Narendra Midane. Prince Nsafo. Rashid Olanian. Grant Vincent Revel. Bradley Richards. Benjamin Tidy. Jordan Weeks. Pro-Chancellor, may I present graduates who've been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sports Studies and Business. Abdi Karim Abdi. Olufemi Onapamipo Agbetoyin. Nicholas Gunderson Malone. James Campbell. Daniel Clark. Sophie Elizabeth Clayton. Arthur Christopher Kummer. Benjamin Harry Darlington. Adam Dart. Luke Dimmick. Ben Alexander Dyson. Matthew James Edwards. Wael El Kusa. Mark Halliwell. Jiri Hrabanek. Thomas Rees Langley. Matthew Lee. Adrian Ortmans. Akintunde Oyefusi. Konstantin Judiev Pashev. Joshua Martin Tullett. Chesney van der Puye. Oliver Winter. Pro-Chancellor, this concludes my presentation from the School of Sport, Health and Social Sciences.
Would graduands and diplomans please stand?
By the authority vested in me as Pro-Chancellor of the University, I admit you to your degrees, diplomas and certificates. Congratulations.
Would graduates and diplomates please be seated?
Pro-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Shelley Alexander for the award of the Honorary degree of Doctor of Sport. If you, like I and millions of others, follow sport closely, you may have noticed a shift in the last few years, a change in the landscape. It's not based on the introduction of some new technological revolution that's fundamentally altered the way in which sport is played or consumed. It doesn't relate to money, something that seems to permeate most discussions in respect of sport at one time or another. No, this change relates to the emergence of an entire group of the population for whom sport for more than 100 years was largely forbidden. Shelley Alexander has worked tirelessly to ensure that women's sport has come from nowhere to be somewhere. The daughter of a former professional footballer, Shelley loved football as a young girl. Her first real memory of watching a match on TV was the Sunderland giant killing of Leeds in 1973. She was 9 and can still remember jumping up and down behind the sofa, willing Sunderland to hang on in those last desperate minutes of the game. Her original career plan had been to be a history teacher, but when she was 13, she secured a Saturday job at the Reading Evening Post. Yes, she had to make the teas for the sports journalists, but she also got to transcribe all of the football tables ready for publication at 6 p.m. each Saturday evening. After her A-levels, Shelley signed up to train as a journalist at the Reading Post. Once her training was completed, she began to report for the paper. However, very quickly she realised that while she might no longer be the Saturday girl, she wasn't allowed anywhere near the sports desk. Journalist? Yes. Serious sports colleague? No. It was only when she began working for the Nottingham Evening Post that Shelley began to start writing about sport. Shelley found being a female sports journalist challenging. She recalls, for example, how on one occasion, when asking a steward at White Hart Lane where the press box was, she was told, "Cheerleaders over that way, love." She was also accused of being an English groupie by Italian police outside the Stadio delle Alpi shortly after England had been knocked out of the semi-finals of Italia 90. Shouldn't mention semi-finals. Following her time in Nottingham, where she also read for a degree in history and English, Shelley began her career with the BBC when she took up the opportunity for a small presenting role on a BBC Two football fanzine show called Standing Room Only. She subsequently took up post as researcher for a 6-part history of football documentary called Kicking and Screaming. Arguably, however, Shelley's breakthrough at the BBC came when she was appointed programme editor for BBC One's hugely popular Football Focus programme in 2004. Shelley remembers how the day after her appointment was announced, she was in the BBC gym with Garth Crooks on the treadmill beside her. "Congratulations," he said. "To be honest, Garth, I'm still in shock," Shelley replied. "Not as much as we are," was Garth's response. Shelley remained the editor of Football Focus for the next 5 years. Always a champion of women's sport, throughout her career, Shelley has worked doggedly to provide every opportunity possible to raise the profile of women's football and to fight injustice whilst promoting inclusion and diversity across sport more broadly. Now the lead for diversity in women's sport at the BBC, Shelley is not only an award-winning journalist, she also chairs Kick It Out's Mentoring Development Committee, is a member of the FA's Inclusion Advisory Board and the FA Women's Football Board. She also sits on the Premier League PFA Community Fund panel. In addition to these roles, in 2007, Shelley set up Women in Football, a support network to inspire and empower women working in a range of roles across the football industry. Shelley regularly gives up her time to visit the university to discuss women's sport, inclusion and diversity. Her enthusiasm in promoting sport for minority groups, and girls and women particularly, never wanes, irrespective of the injustices that she faced in her own career and is exposed to through her work every day. Thanks to Shelley, women's sport is somewhere. With her continued determination, it's only a matter of time before it takes its rightful place, everywhere. In recognition of her significant achievements, I conclude this citation by asking for the conferment of the award of the Honorary degree of Doctor of Sport on Shelley Alexander.
By the authority vested in me as Pro-Chancellor of the University, I admit to you the honorary degree.
Well, thank you so much, Richard and Solent University, for this great honour. And I'd like to say congratulations to all the students who have graduated today. I have met some of you along the way, and I have to say that you are the best students that I've ever come across. when I've come to talk to you, I've said to you, okay, I want to talk to you about slightly controversial things, so please don't tweet this. And you've been wonderful about that. And you've also come back at me with really challenging questions that make me rethink some of my own ideas. Very, very admirable. Well done. I feel very at home here at Southampton Solent University as it will be. And I think that's because the university has social justice at its core. Unfortunately, I was exposed to injustice at a very early age. In my last year at primary school, actually, my sister was 2 years younger than me, and then we were joined by my brother in the entry-level class. My brother Mark is mixed heritage. He was the only black kid in the playground. And unfortunately, my sister and I spent the first term fighting bullies who chose to victimize him, not because of who he was, but because of the color of his skin. My mother was constantly being hauled up to the school. "Mrs. Alexander," said the headmaster, "I have to think of my white mothers." It didn't become political for me, though, until I found out that had we been able to afford it, and of course we wouldn't, but I found out that as a family, we would not be able to go to South Africa together because Mark would have had to stay in a different hotel to us. I just thought to myself, this is crazy. And at the age of 11, I found out about the ANC, and I told my teacher I was going to join the African National Congress, and I was going to be an anti-apartheid supporter. I was in a class with a lot of my friends, and at that time, grammar school, it was a sort of selection. You didn't have to do an exam. All my friends went to grammar school, and my headmaster decided that I wasn't suitable, so I didn't go. However, the BBC did think I was suitable, and I've had a long and very enjoyable career with them. And it's such a joy to me that BBC Sport in particular encourages these partnerships with Solent University and with Kick It Out. My guests here today, I have Roisin Wood, the Chief Executive of Kick It Out, and Troy Townsend, the Education Manager. And the partnership that I have with Solent and with Kick It Out, and of course Solent have a Kick It Out partnership as well. It's just wonderful. And we all want to work together to make young people's lives better, more opportunities, and to help you flourish. But I have to say, when I was in my 20s, it was a bit of one step forward, two step back. Richard mentioned that I'd worked on this fabulous history of football documentary. And then my 2-year contract had finished. I didn't know what I was going to do. Somebody offered me a job, and it was down at Television Centre in London. I'd been in Manchester with the other job, and I thought, great. I spent 18 months in a dark basement room compiling sports agency television feeds. This wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but I realized that life's sometimes like that. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. And so I was determined that I was going to escape from there. So every time I was allowed to come out to the light and went into the canteen, I made sure that I chatted to people. And through that, I actually got some shifts on BBC Breakfast TV. So you can see that sometimes it is up and down, but you've just got to sort of hang in there, have the resilience, and start networking. Very important. Also, I think it's about taking opportunities. I was very happy as a sports news editor of Radio 5 Live. I love radio, amazing. But then I saw that Football Focus were looking for a program editor. There had never been a woman program editor, so I thought, let's give it a go, let's seize the opportunity. However, I was the only woman on the shortlist, and when I was sat down waiting to be taken to my interview, I was a bag of nerves. And there was this young woman, and she said to me, "I'm so glad you applied. I know you're the only woman, but I'm so glad." I said, "Thank you very much." And then she went to me, "You go, girl." And I just thought, I've got to do it for her and for other women, because we can't leave out women who love football. There are so many women like me. However, when I was on Football Focus, Garth, I must clarify, Garth's comment to me, It wasn't sexism. It's just they were so surprised that a woman would even want to come and work with them. And I have to say, I had 5 great years when he was my, as he called himself, #1 reporter. And of course, Garth Crooks is a wonderful advocate of diversity and inclusion. And you know, the work that he's done with Kick It Out is fabulous. But I actually put pressure on myself when I was at Football Focus, because I was suffering from what I think is called these days imposter syndrome. I don't think that I really thought that I should be there. So what I did was, I worked 6 days a week for 5 years to make sure that I'd read everything, watched every football match, listened to every match on the radio, because come Tuesday morning when we had the meeting where Garth Crooks was in there and John Motson and Martin Keown and Mark Bright, I didn't want ever to be tripped up, because I felt that they could make mistakes, but I couldn't, because it would be, not because maybe I had an off day, but it was because I was a woman. And I say to all you women out there today, please don't suffer like I did with that imposter syndrome, because today everybody here has earned equally their degree and they're equally important. So that's a learning really from me. Of course, what's great about Richard's Department of Football Education is that you go out and do placements, and they're equal to your theoretical learnings. And I just think that equips you so well for the future, for the workplace, because you now understand the workplace. And I was really glad to see some of the special awards that you've actually been out and gained those awards by engaging with the community. I love these connections. Sometimes you have to get things done, though. Here's another tip for you. You have to do a little bit under the radar. So about 5 years ago, a young woman from BBC Radio Oxford came for an interview. I could have given her the job. She wanted to come and work with us at Media City up in Salford. But when I asked her what her dream ambition was, she said, I want to be a football commentator. And I thought, wow, that's amazing, because I hadn't spoken to a woman since the Match of the Day debacle 10 years ago. I hadn't spoken to a woman who really wanted to be a football commentator. And I thought, well, how are we going to do this? There was no appetite at the BBC for women football commentators at that time. I didn't have any budget. So I managed to hook myself onto a scheme, an internal training scheme where the home department paid. And I thought, well, I have to be fair. There might be some great guys out there who want to do this. So we advertised within the BBC. We ended up with 4 men, Robin, and then a wonderful young woman who came out of the blue from BBC Radio Newcastle, and that was Vicky Sparks. Now, with Rob Noffman, the BBC Academy trainer, we worked very quietly training them, and they were on 5 Live Sports Extra doing the women's football. We haven't got a huge audience there, so it was a safe learning environment. And then I thought to myself, I can't really do very much more for them. I need someone else who's got some power to take these women on. So I saw that my head of sport, Barbara Slater, the first woman to do that role, I saw that she had a diversity inclusion meeting, and she wanted to know what the various departments were doing to encourage more diverse staff behind the scenes and on air. So I went up to the then head of television football, and I said to him, oh, I've been training up some women football commentators. I said, I know we've got this meeting coming up. Would you like to hear a little bit from them? He said yes, and he contacted me the next day and said, they're brilliant. I said, yes, please take them. They're yours. Please give them opportunities. The meeting the next week, Barbara said to him, so what have you got? He said, well, I've got Robin Cowan and Vicky Sparks. And she said, well done, brilliant. And of course, he took all the credit, and that was fine by me, because sometimes that's how you get things done. And you'll probably have seen Vicky Sparks commentating on television at the World Cup. She was an entry-level broadcast assistant at Radio Newcastle. And it just shows you how that dreams can come true, but also you have to duck and dive to make them work. So I'd just like to say to you all, congratulations again. I'd just like to say to the university, thank you so much. And to Richard, thank you for our wonderful partnership. And all the best for the future. Thank you.
If you love somebody, better tell them while they're here, 'cause they just might run away from you. You'll never know quite when, well, then again it just depends on how long of time is left for you. I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest rivers. You can have it all, but life keeps moving. I take it in, but don't let down, 'cause I'm on top of the world, hey! I'm on top of the world, hey! Been waiting on this for a while now. Pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, hey! Been holding it in for a while, hey! Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something. I could have gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in, but don't look down, 'cause I'm on top of the world, hey! I'm on top of the world, hey! Waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, hey! Been holding it in for a while, hey! Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world, oh, 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 'cause I'm on top of the world, hey! I'm on top of the world, hey! Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, hey! Been holding it in for a while, hey! Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. And I know it's hard when you fall it down, and it's a long way up when you hit the ground. Get up now, get up now. And I know it's hard when you fall it down, and it's a long way up when you hit the ground. Get up now, get up now. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey! I'm on top of the world, hey! Been on this for a while now, pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, hey! Been holding it in for a while, hey! Take me with me if I can. I'm on top of the world.
Well, that has to be the world's best kept secret, because it was certainly a surprise to me. Just have another round of applause for I think it was the staff choir and various choirs. And you'll be relieved to know that I'm not going to be singing. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasant task of thanking you for all your part in today's ceremony, of endorsing the Deputy Vice-Chancellor's best wishes to you all, and then to close these proceedings. There's a very good reason why we all got dressed up in these slightly ridiculous outfits today. If the Chancellor was here, he would say, if you think you look strange, wait till you see the video. Anyway, academic dress is a ritual which goes back to the very first universities, when the first academics were often clerics or aspiring clergy, and excess in terms of dress was frowned upon. Gowns and hoods had a very practical function, keeping individuals warm and protected from the weather. Clearly not something any of us need today. However, the ceremony of tradition and formality are all important as we take time to mark your communal passing from the world of study to that of work and further participation in society. For us, it's a real pleasure to see you all gowned, and it's a really fitting way to celebrate your achievements. I did smile at the observation of Robert Orban, who said, "A graduation ceremony is an event where the ceremony speaker often tells thousands of students dressed in identical caps and gowns that individuality is the key to success." As the Deputy Vice-Chancellor said earlier, this is a really special moment in everyone's lives, and one which I know you will remember for many, many years to come. We hope you recall your time at Solent with fondness and pride, and that you carry on with your creativity and energy, which this university is becoming so well known. So all of us here today will leave the Guildhall with vivid memories of the last hour or so. It's a very important day for everybody. We'll all have different thoughts and memories of what has happened here. The overriding image for me is of successful people looking back on a considerable achievement, but also looking forward to a successful and exciting future. But in the celebratory atmosphere of today, we shouldn't forget the hard work, perseverance, and in many, many cases, sacrifices that have put you all here today. I suspect many of you have achieved things you wouldn't have seen possible when you first started your studies. And as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor said earlier, being a student today in higher education is a seriously challenging and by no means easy, and changes in funding and other pressures are making student life ever more difficult. Still, you've all survived this, you've flourished. In addition to academic achievement, you'll have learned something about living and working with other people from very different backgrounds, about self-discipline, and I suspect you've learned quite a lot about partying. You can now enjoy that success. Your efforts and abilities are well earned. So let me be the first to greet you as graduates and diplomats. Congratulations. There is, of course, another group of people we should celebrate today. And by that I mean your families and friends, all of whom have played a vital part in your success. They've offered encouragement, support, love, unstinting expenditure of time, effort, and money. They've watched anxiously as you flew the nest, come home to visit. They visited you in shared kitchens of unspeakable squalor. And they try to look happy as you turn up unannounced with lorry loads of dirty washing. I think the least we can do is to join and thank them in saluting. So could I ask all the graduates and diplomats to stand, turn to their friends and family, and to just say thank you with a round of applause. Thank you. And lastly, but by certainly no means least, I would also like to thank on behalf of you all, the university staff. It's the university staff that make all this happen. It's for their skill. For their support, especially for their excellent teaching. You never forget a good student or a good teacher. This is particularly true for students in higher education. And here on stage, and in this university in general, we have a group of teaching staff who are generally outstanding in their commitment, their care, and their dedication. They play an important and memorable part in your lives and in building the growing reputation of Solent University. Let's just give it another round of applause. Thank you. So, in conclusion, it just remains for me to wish all those graduating today every possible success in the future, to thank you all for being here, and for making this such a happy and memorable occasion. For those in particular who've travelled long distances, do have a safe journey home. Ladies and gentlemen, I now declare this ceremony closed. Thank you.